realise it.
It's alright, let's go. Alright, Monster Hunter 6.
But you look like you're about to yawn before starting. You got that many ideas.
Yep. Man's planned ahead. Man has the future of Capcom in his hands.
Oh, okay.
Man has more information than the GTA 6 looter.
Preach it.
Preach. Alright, yeah. I've got a list of ideas and like features for Monster Hunter 6. Right? We already know Monster Hunter 6 is in development. So what do you expect for yourself to see in Monster Hunter 6?
Well, a lot. In a nutshell, we've made quite a bunch of notes. It's best if we go through order, otherwise I'm gonna be a ring around the roses and keep going back in circles.
Yeah.
So we'll start off notes.
Alright, let's start off with this nice feature here. I think we should have environmental interactions. By this, I mean like a weather system. As a key thing to any hunter in real life, when a hunter goes out on a hunt, let's say they want to hunt a bear or whatever, the weather is a key enemy or a key ally to a hunter in real life. A good example is during daytime with like a clear sky. In Monster Hunter 6, it would be like a normal hunt. But let's say there was like a thunderstorm, right? It could make strikes of lightning happen once a while. Obviously, like it will like, be indicated to the player by like a blue spot being on the ground or something. So you don't want to just get hit by lightning and just die.
It's Kieran on the corner just sniping.
yeah, Kieran's just sniping players from far away. And then like so like it could work like that, but it could also work in this way. If it damages the hunter, it should damage the monsters. But like instead with sun monsters, if it damages them, because for example, Astalos, if it's hit by lightning, it should get charged up, but takes damage.
Like the shock traps do.
Yeah. So it makes the hunt harder in some aspects.
That's quite cool. Yeah. So that interaction in terms of thunderstorms, obviously that's going to be specific to some maps. Obviously the desert place. Well, apparently some deserts do have thunderstorms.
Yeah.
Weird,
some do.
I'll swallow that back. But then like, I don't know, volcanic areas or frosty areas. Well, I guess thunderstorm can be anywhere.
Yeah.
Which is quite cool actually.
I think like it's probably more occurring in like foresty areas as well.
That would be cool. So then what about something like in the desert area, more like a sandstorm, where there's like a sweeping coat of sand or something that may come across it?
Yeah, that'd be cool actually. I didn't think of that.
Which ones did you have?
I had like ideas for like nighttime, a thunderstorm and rain.
Oh, okay. So quite light touches on them in terms of ideas, and then they could go into it in more detail. Like you mentioned, this is all being based on hunters.
Yeah.
So not that anyone's out in the desert hunting, but there are wildlife that live out in the desert that hunt, and sandstorms is going to interrupt with their hunt, surely.
Yeah. Like maybe like a sandstorm can like in some way or form help like a Diablos and stuff.
Yeah.
Like when it goes into the ground, because it's a sandstorm, it's going to be harder to see as well.
That's so cool. And then like if they made the map how I would think of it, well, how is this going to help the hunter? There could obviously be caves, so you're not always going to fight outside of the sandstorm.
Exactly.
And they can come in waves where only a few times it will affect the hunt.
A good example as well is like in the desert map in World, where there's that pit at the top, where like if you cause like the birds up high to scream, it would cause that like Diablos to jump out and bring a hole in there. So like if you're down there or whatever with Diablos, you would never ever interact with the sandstorm that's up above.
That's so cool, and that's literally from us just talking about it for 1 minute.
Yeah, like
oh wow, and then that's just made me think of a whole bunch of other stuff. Because if you got a sandstorm, then there's stuff like avalanches and stuff, which is touched on in Hoarfrost Reach, but I still never triggered that environmental trap.
Yeah, that's a good shot actually. Yeah, there's like. Stuff like this is like probably the coolest thing. That's why I thought it'd be a cool feature.
So you want more environmental interactions instead of just traps.
Yeah, like at nighttime, it could make Hagakuga
at night makes sense. Better get running, boy.
Yeah, it makes Nagakuga hard to see at nighttime because it's black. Yeah. But like it can be balanced in a way because when Nagakuga jumps around, his eyes are bright red and leaves that stripe going around everywhere.
That's cool.
So you can still see it. I'm not saying at nighttime it has to be like pitch black dark, But I think at nighttime in World, it was a bit too generous.
Yeah, it was too generous. And then you saying that about Nagakuga, I recently just thought of our boy Gore Magala as well, because he has that rage phase.
Yeah. And
Oh.
his purple would, like, you know.
And that darkens the zone anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, his purple stands out as well.
That's cool. Yeah, so more environmental interactions, I think, and not in terms of just traps, and more that actually change the hunt in a way where it
can
can or cannot make it harder, but it just adds a whole new dynamic to the
yeah,
game.
it can make like a hunt harder or a hunt easier. And like I think a good mechanic that could work is rain, right? We know in like every Monster Hunter game, it does rain from time to time, right?
Of course.
Well, in some of the old
Oh
ones.
yeah.
Some of the old
It's
ones
in
did.
I don't think I remember much rain.
I don't think it rains in Rise.
I mean, I don't even remember if it rains in Wild. I feel like if any does, it's probably the Ancient Forest.
Yeah, I think the Ancient Forest rains.
But it's nothing.
It's not rain. You can barely like see it.
I do remember Wet Hunters though.
Yeah, hey, yo.
Maybe it's post Namiel attacks or something. I don't know.
It's probably like boiling water as well.
Yeah, that's probably it. The rolling in water.
Yeah.
Like some of the first zones in Ancient Forest. Yeah.
Yeah. And so like
And that.
yeah. And so like as an example, I'd say like, you know, rain can cause Lucid Nagakuga to be seen easier because like, you know, like it's wet.
Yeah.
And so you could probably see like the water droplets when it's moving, as like it can basically swipe it off your screen a bit. So it seems like there's like something that's there, and it's just like, you know, the rain is touching it, and you can see it move. And like another good example as well is that like it could create puddles of water that could be like that could cause monsters to interact with it in a unique way.
Yes.
Like an electric monster can create like a puddle of electrolyzed water, or maybe like Namiel could use those puddles for itself.
Yeah, and actually absorb it more. So in a rainstorm, when Namiel becomes harder to fight, so it can make it almost feel like an Arch Temper. The only downside, I remember talking about this before, is the Tobi-Kadachi could accidentally become a Namiel in a rainstorm.
Yeah.
But it doesn't do ground attacks.
Yeah.
So it could be like where its quill lands or something.
It shoots those little feathers out.
It would be very rare for it to land it, but it's an
in
interaction.
in like a little puddle or whatever. Like, not even that like they have to do it. It might just be there.
So
like,
it's just a level on top that makes it feel more realistic as to being a hunter with these weather.
Yeah, because I know like, for example, I don't think an Astalos is smart enough to fly up in the sky during a thunderstorm to strike himself with thunder.
He's a savage. He's savage enough to go fight in clouds. I know.
Yeah, he's definitely willing to do that, but I don't think he's willing to like. You know what? I'm gonna go get struck by lightning today.
Yeah, that's true. It could just be a freak happen. Freak in nature. That's cool. I like that. Yeah, the weather, the environmental interactions that aren't just traps and aren't just instant buff or debuff, but something that adds a whole new level of dynamic, which just makes it more enjoyable to hunt. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
I like the idea.
Exactly, and like the puddles can wash up like you know, like what, like Mizu's bubbles off you or whatever, or like as like it takes a fire blight. It could do the same thing as well to other stuff, or maybe like if you are blighted by something and you roll in water, it could possibly advantage and like give you an advantage or a disadvantage. As I said, fire. If you're on fire, you're on water. You're not. You're not on fire anymore. But if you are like, let's say, you know, you're ice blighted and you roll in it, you could make it worse.
You could make it worse. Yeah, I like that. There are a few debuffs that I've wanted to see that haven't been back, like the snowman debuff and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, the snowman debuff.
So maybe like a bubble debuff, bubble blight. Not that there's going to be a bubble blight in a sandstorm, but you can already get ideas of you having an itchy hunter or something. Itchy hunter. But that's a stupid example, but I like the idea that these interactions can have out these special animations. Because Ratnakadaki has one. She can web you and she can burn you, and that special burn animation is a thing in the game, but not a lot of people know that that's there.
Yeah. Like, maybe like, what was that status effect in the Rotten Vale called again? Miasma, wasn't it?
Yeah, Miasma.
So maybe like if you're like maybe like there's a monster who can like spirit out. Like let's say like how Valhazak could do it.
Yeah.
But like it also controls fire so it can ignite it.
Oh.
And like let's say like you're in it and like it just boom
That's peak.
Yeah, like something like that would be pretty cool to see as well. Like unique as well, like elemental interactions and stuff.
Yeah, elemental interactions with the environment. And like you said, it's not just the weather. It can be anything in the environment. So any natural occurrence, so like I said, sandstorms, avalanches, the March of the Ants.
The March of the
I
Ants.
think that's Chimera ants, OP.
Chimera ants. The Chimera ants.
That's jokes. All right. What's next? What's next?
I think a cool thing to see is like monster types being true to the type of monster they are. So a good example is Astalos. Astalos is based on a firefly. Fireflies eat insects. Most knownly flies. Okay, so I think an insect monster, if hitting you with a bite attack, should make your wire bugs disappear as like on cooldown.
Okay.
Because they have consumed them in an action, but it's balanced to the way that it's only a bite and not like a tail attack or a stomp or electric strike.
See, that's a good little touch that you specified, only just a bite. So it's basically like the wire bugs just shat itself like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna come out and just that was a bit too. That's quite cool but then you're going into this hoping that 6 has wire bugs.
This is like let's say like for example like I do have like the aspect of like wire bugs could return, but they'll have to return in a way that's more balanced for like a normal standard monster hunter game.
And by more balanced, we're both thinking along the lines of nerfed.
Yeah, so like maybe the wire bugs could work the same way as like a mantle could. There's multiple different types of a wire bug. Like you could probably get like a great wire bug mantle in quotation marks.
Yeah.
That works like those buddy thingies, so they take you to like one part of the map immediately that you put to.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Or like a normal wire bug where like you can use 2, but like if you don't use the 2 within like 10 seconds or whatever, it goes on cooldown either way.
That's
so, like,
quite cool. So you limit the amount of use you get of it, and in some special interactions, monsters who eat insects, can take it.
Yeah, and like again, this can also work as well for like puppet spiders.
Yeah, I think this could also work, as you said, with the interaction of the environment. If you get burned, that could burn the bug that you've just equipped yourself with.
Yeah,
that's quite cool. So we're looking for a lot more versatility and a lot more, for fuck's sake, interactions.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, I really like that, especially the bite and the Astalos one. That's a good touch. Me personally, I don't want to see wire bugs back because I think World had a good tempo. I think something in between. Nah, I still think World had a better tempo because Rise is just too quick, and we've just been
Rise
fighting
is too quick.
Violet Mizutsune, which we're gonna have to talk about later. But yeah, I personally don't want to see wire bugs back. But with your reiteration of it somehow as a mantle, somehow only part of the hunt being able to use it and being nerfed, I like the idea of them getting eaten or being scared.
Being scared.
That's funny.
I think as well that like instead of like a ghillie mantle, maybe you could pick up like foliage from the environment to throw over yourself, like dried magma rocks in volcanic stages, and your character gets a coat of ash that like wears off. So like for example, like this
ash like a Pokemon trainer.
like volcanic ash, like dust basically, because like it could work like this because like when you're in World and you hide in like grass, like in like a bush or whatever, there's some monsters who could sniff you out.
Yeah, Rajang 100% constantly sniffs you out.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you are. Yeah, some monsters, you're right, some can.
So like you can use it like to cover up your scent as like a benefactor or benefit.
So is this going to be a mantle or is this going to be...
This could be like how like a
or is it like a map specific interaction? Or...
It could just be like a map interactive.
So we're talking along the lines of some zones that have honey, some zones don't have honey, and then like some can have this.
Yeah, like
some cloak your quick getaway.
Yeah, some do, some don't. Like I don't know how to explain it, but like it's just weird because it's like in World you just throw on a ghillie mantle and these leaves automatically made you invisible.
Yeah, and in a full Horfos reach, you're like, how the hell are these?
Yeah, and like it's not like the monster didn't you just see you just throw that on yourself.
Yeah, and they're constantly watching you. Yeah, I like the idea of maybe leaving the zone and collecting something that you can either throw on the ground and roll in, or you jump into it.
Yeah.
So and it could be quite thick. So maybe, like you said, the Rotten Vale area, you could roll in a bunch of dead meat or something. Not that you want to.
Yeah.
And then you're not going to come across as enticing. Then I don't know how that would work as a hunting element, but it would work better as a ghillie mantle.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
The zone, because I like that idea. Whereas it could have its benefits.
And it could have like its like the benefactors.
And then obviously rolling a few times is going to wear it off, and over time your movement's going to drop it off. So that'll be quite good in terms of like just watching the monster as a whole for people who like watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a neat little thing.
That was a nice little touch. I do like that.
Yeah.
What else are we looking at?
I think new weapons could be a new thing here. I don't know if you want to like make this a new audio or something, or
we can go off our weapon ideas now, and then I know people are going to want to comment underneath and say which one's their favourite one. How many are we looking at?
Probably can just cut this up into little bits. We can look at like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So we're going to name the 6. We're going to give them a ranking of which one we want to see most to least each.
Yeah.
So go on, fire the 6 off. We'll make our list.
Magnet spike.
Oh.
Tonfas.
Beautiful.
A whip.
Interesting.
A scythe.
Murderers. Okay.
Kunai with chain.
Okay.
There's like a little sickle with like a chain
like
thingy. A little chain blunt, and like gauntlets / beatdown weapon.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put this in our top order. Instead of saying it, I'm gonna have to read the list. So what we'll do is we'll put up a picture of my name, your name, and which ones we like the most.
Yeah.
Just in a column. That's good, and that will be probably our next video or one of our next videos.
Yeah, you better hope it's the next video.
You better hope.
I better hope we don't forget or something.
Right. So our main touch is environmental interactions. Just to recap everything. So it can be not just traps, but something that just makes the game a whole lot more interesting. Yeah. And it doesn't actually have to mean harm to the hunter or monster. It can just be a lot more interactions. I know that's very vague, but you can take it as you please. So comment what you think you would like to see, because we're only 2 brains. So let's get more in there.
It would also be nice if you could share this with your friends and possibly subscribe and like the video. Because if you subscribe and hit that notification bell, you know when those weapon videos will drop finally.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah.
And then you can rant and complain about how bad our ideas are.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know. We might drop a bang over video sooner or later that could be extremely crazy with ideas.
Exactly. We might be meeting Capcom soon.
You don't know. We could be Capcom employees. We might be teasing you Monster Hunter 6 right now.
Paradise.
Monster Hunter Paradise. Paradise. We totally did that. I mean, we totally didn't mean to do that. Like tease you or bully you guys.
That's so silly. Monster Hunter Paradise. I don't know why people believe that name was a thing.
It was probably just a code name or something. It's probably people thought it was a code name.
We think it's that Discord armor, though, no?
It might be the Discord armor.
That's what Paradise looks like. It's looking a bit bland, but no offense. I'm a bit salty that I can't get it, considering I bought a Switch for the game and I can't get that armor. So
you better watch yourself before I report you to the heads.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right then, everyone. It was nice.
Praise Gog Mazios.
All right, guys. I think that's it for the video.
Yeah, that's it for the video.
Yeah. Right, see you guys.
Like, subscribe, and comment about the way.
Share with the buddies. Bye-bye.
Bye.